The right clients aren't ghosting you. They're just confused. You've got the offer, the transformation, the testimonials, but you're wondering why. Why aren't high ticket clients reaching out to you? This live will shift that. I'm breaking down the kind of content that attracts ready to pay clients and the marketing system that will sell for you. So if you are a coach, consultant, or high level service provider, and you're currently getting sales through word of mouth and referrals, you want to know how you can use social media marketing in order for you to attract a new audience so that you can scale your business, then this live is for you. This live is also for the coach where you're already at six figures. You already have an audience on social media, but you're not really sure how to convert them into customers. Then this live is going to help you to do that. This live is also for business owners where you have a fear of sounding salesy in your videos. You're afraid to sell to your audience. This live is going to help you do that, as I'm going to share tips with you that's going to help you create content that sells and build a marketing system that sells on autopilot for you. So thank you so much for coming in and joining me. If you are a business owner, you can feel free to drop the name of your business in the chat and I'll go ahead and shout you out. If you are not a business owner, but you want to stick around for motivation, feel free to stick around. That's cool. But this live really is for business owners, entrepreneurs, and consultants that is looking to grow your business and scale it using social media marketing and video marketing. What I'm going to share with you today is a three-step process in order for you to build a marketing system that sells on your behalf. As you are coming in, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, which is to like this video and share it with your friends. The more that you engage with this live video, the more this social media will push it out. So whether you're tuning in on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, or YouTube, all you have to do is double tap the screen, hit the like button, and hit the arrow at the bottom right hand corner of the screen to share this live out with some of your friends so that others can be able to join this live as well. As I'm sharing notes, this is your opportunity as I'm sharing tips, this is your opportunity to take note, take action, and make some money. Why? Because action takers are money makers, not time wasters. We're going to be together today for about an hour. I'm going to drop a lot of gems to help you take your business to the next level. But in order for you to actually get to the next level, you got to take action. Okay. So as you're coming in, if you are a business owner, you can feel free to drop the name of your business in the chat. I want to go ahead and shout you out. If you're not a business owner, that's cool. You can stick around. But right now, I want to shout out any business owners that is live with me right now. You can just go ahead and drop that in the chat and shout so I can shout you out. Hey, Kwanda, how you doing? So again, today I'm sharing with you if you're putting out content that's not attracting ready to buy clients, I'm going to show you how to build a marketing system that sells for you on autopilot. I'm going to share with you 3 tips in order for you to be able to do that. As you're coming in, if you have any questions, you can feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm happy to answer questions about your content, about your marketing. If you're recognizing that your views are low, you're stuck between 100 and 200 views, and you're not sure what to do to shift it, you can ask that question and I'll show you. If you want to scale your business from 6 figures to multiple 6 figures, some of you may be at 8K months. You want to know, how do I get to 10K months, 20K months, 30K months? Then you can just feel free to drop your question in the chat and I will be happy to answer it for you. So who am I? I'm Shamara Star Cox, TV producer and marketing coach. My goal is to help 6 and 7 figure business owners get seen and get paid by creating binge-worthy videos on social media. Why binge-worthy? Because whatever you binge, you buy. We're in a society where people are binging Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, you name it, and then they're paying for it every single month. So what do? I show you how to create that same exact experience on your page so that now you can take your audience from just browsing to binging to buying. That's the strategy. It works every single time. So again, today, if you're constantly putting out content, but it's not attracting ready to buy buyers, then I'm going to show you how to build a marketing system that sells for you. It's a 3-step process. So as you're coming in, you want to grab your notebook and grab your pen so you can actually take notes. If you have any questions, you can feel free to drop it in the chat. So I want to share this quick story with you before I get into what the 3 tips are. I remember back in 2022, it took me 6 months to sell a 5K offer on social media. 6 months, right? How many of you would have quit back in 3 months? How many of you 3 months later, still not making any money in your business, would have just gone ahead and quit, right? So this is where I was back in 22. Hey Chanel, I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to go live for my audience and I'm going to teach something and then I'm going to make a 5K offer, right? However, each time I went live, people were joining, but they weren't buying. Right. And it was so easy for me to get discouraged in me actually teaching my audience and selling. But instead, what I decided to do was each time I went live, just get better at what I do. In 1 month, I started to understand what it was that I can teach my audience that would get them interested in watching. In month number 2, I started to understand what I can say in my videos in order to get them to engage. In month number 3, I started to understand what can I say to my audience in order to get them to watch longer, right? So here I am 3 months into going live. And at that time, I was going live twice a week, right? So at least 8 times a month, I'm going live. People were not buying, but they were watching, right? And I had the choice. I could have quit, but I decided not to. In month number 4, one of my coaches told me, you might as well give up because it's going to be extremely hard to get people to watch you live and then pay $5,000. But I didn't give up. I didn't allow other people to stop me because I was determined. I wanted to get better at going live with my audience. Month number 5, still no sales. And then month number 6 hit. Yeah, the coach definitely said that because she was trying to shift me so that I can like start doing something different. But I knew I just had to get better at what I was doing, right? But when month number 6 hit, that's when I got someone who was like, hey, I want to work with you in month number 6. And I was like, okay, this is actually working. And she paid me $5,000 to work with me. But guess what? It didn't stop there. The following month, I actually got a $6,000 client. And I launched my challenge at the time. It was called Convert Content to Cash. And I had people who were buying and opting in. So for that full 6 months, for the first 5 months where nobody was buying, I could have given up. I could have quit. That's where some of you are. You're posting your content on social media and you're convincing yourself maybe social media just isn't for me because you're recognizing that your views are low, your engagement is low, and you're still getting people who are telling you, I can't afford that. So now you're starting to think maybe social media just isn't for me, but maybe you just haven't put in enough time into it yet. Maybe you still haven't figured out what content to create that actually gets your audience to buy. When I got to month number 6, it was because I put in my time and I did not quit. And now the time that I put in started working on my behalf. And I was able to build actually the following year in 2023, a 6-figure business just from going live with my audience. Well, not just. I was also posting short form videos too, right? But going live with my audience. And here's what I learned. I learned that social media is the easiest way to create a scalable, predictable pipeline for sales. So my question to you is, what is your scalable, predictable pipeline for sales? Are you bringing in 10K one month, 5K the next month, 2K the next month, and then it's just so sporadic? Or are you bringing in sales that is consistent, 10K each month, 20K each month? If you're not, but you want to, what will it take for you to put out the content that gets your audience to buy from you? Will it take you getting out of your own way? Will it take you getting out of your own mind? Will it take you getting out in front of your audience and actually letting them know how you can help them and what you can do to work with them? I want you to imagine your dream clients finding you on social media every day, not just through word of mouth, not just through networking, not just through referrals, right? I'm not talking about replacing what's working. So if you're already getting referrals, what I'm talking about is adding another lead stream to your revenue, right? Adding another lead stream to your business so that you can increase your revenue. That's what I'm talking about. So if you're in here and you're like, that's exactly what I desire for my business, then I want to go ahead and invite you to the AI Content to Cash Challenge. In this challenge, we show you how to use AI tools in order to build your marketing system and create content that gets your audience to buy from you. That's our goal. So if you have been posting on social media for the last couple of months, some of you even the last couple of years, and you can't seem to get past 10,000 followers. You have been posting on social media. Your views are stuck between 100 views, 200 views. Prior to this, back in 2020, 2021, you may have been getting a lot more views, but it seems like TikTok, Instagram has shifted their algorithm and now your views are much lower. And so you're wondering, what can you do to shift to get back into your audience face? That's what we show you inside the AI Content to Cash Challenge. In this challenge, we show you how to create content that sells in 5 days or less. Why is it 5 days or less? because I know what it's like to be posting on social media, following this guru, following that guru, and not seeing the results that you desire. Some of you are doing exactly what the gurus are telling you to do, and it seems like your content is getting even worse and worse and worse. And so what we do in the challenge is we cut out the fluff and we just show you what is working for you so that now when you post, you can reach your audience. Right? So if you're like, that's something that I want to join, if you're watching me on TikTok right now, all you have to do is I'm pinning a notice right here. It'll be there for 30 seconds. Click that right there and then type challenge accepted into the DMs, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. Also, send me your email address so I can email it to you as well. If you are watching on Instagram or LinkedIn, you can feel free to DM me the word challenge accepted so I can personally send you an invite to the challenge. And if you are actually watching on YouTube, I'm going to drop this right here. The website is right here so you can get access. It is access to the VIP of the AI Content to Cash Challenge is displayed on the screen so that you can get access to the challenge today. So again, today I'm talking about if you're still scaring off clients, here's how to build a marketing system that sells for you. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I am happy to answer them for you. But right now, if you are someone where you have been posting content on social media for some time, or there's some of you in here where you're currently getting your sales through referrals and word of mouth, and you want to know how you can significantly increase that using social media marketing, that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. It is a 3-step method called MPS, right? It's mindset, permission to sell, and speak. Excuse me, let me change that. Mindset, content, permission to sell, and speak to ready to buy buyers. That's what I'm going to walk you through today. So if you're taking notes, this is where you want to start to take notes so that you'll know exactly what content to create that's actually going to get your audience to buy from you. No more putting out content where people are only telling you, wow, you're so inspiring, but they're not actually asking how they can buy from you. No more actually asking for the sale and people telling you, I can't afford that. Instead, what's going to happen with this system is people are going to reach out to you so that they can work with you, right? So I'm going to go into the first one. The first one is mindset content. Mindset content. If you are selling high ticket content, right? Okay, let me take it back. The reason why I like talking about mindset content is because oftentimes you'll hear social media gurus telling you that you got to put out educational content. And so you do that. You start putting out teachings, tips, tutorials, and tricks. Teachings, tips, tutorials, and tricks, right? You're putting out a lot of educational content. However, you're recognizing that your educational content is the content that's bringing in the least amount of views. It's bringing the least amount of engagement, and you don't know why. And that is because the content that actually gets your audience to buy is mindset content. So thank you, Kwanda, for dropping that in the chat. So what is mindset content? That is the type of content that helps to challenge the limiting beliefs that your audience has. It helps your people to see what's possible for them so that you're not just teaching them and telling them what to do, but instead you're showing them how this can work for them, right? So your content isn't just selling a service, it's also selling the transformation. So mindset content, typically when people hear mindset, they think brain, right? But in all actuality, it's not. This type of content is the type of content that helps your audience where they have a limiting belief. I'm trying to think of a better word other than limiting belief. They have a thought process that's keeping them stuck. And that's what's really hindering them from buying from you. Oftentimes, when you hear people say, I can't afford, it's not that they really can't afford your services. Sometimes it's because they don't know if it's going to work for them. And other times it's because they don't know if they're going to do the work. How many of you have ever spoken to someone who has told you, you know what, I'm not going to buy because I've already bought so many other programs and I still haven't done it yet? That's a mindset thing. And so now they're not buying from you because to them, if they pay you, they still may not do the work. So the question is, what type of content can you put out in order to get them to go, wait a second, this is exactly what I need, and I do want to work with you? And that is mindset content. Now, here's the thing. There are lots of different types of mindset content that you can put out. I like to call out 4 of them. So I'm going to give you 4 that you can actually create content for, and then I'll walk you through what each one is and how it works for your audience, right? So the 4 types of mindset content is overcoming objections. That one's a big one, especially when it comes to selling. This is where your audience has certain types of objections that hinders them from buying. And you want to address that in your content prior to them buying from you. So some of you right now, all you're doing is educating your audience, you're inspiring your audience, but you're not overcoming objections. So when it comes time for them to actually buy from you, they're still telling you, I can't afford. They're still telling you, I don't know if this is the right time. Some of them have even told you, check back with me in a couple of months. And that's because you haven't been overcoming objections. I'll give you some examples on that in a little bit. The next type of mindset content to create is limiting beliefs. You want to overcome limiting beliefs that your audience has. But in order for you to do that, you have to understand, what do they believe now? So this is something that I teach every single one of my clients. Not only are you identifying who your dream client is, not only are you identifying their pain points, because that's what some of you have already. One thing that you are missing is understanding, what do they believe right now? So what does your dream client believe right now? I'll give you some examples of my dream client. For my dream clients, right now, some of them believe that they are an imposter. They're battling imposter syndrome. And so it's important for me to create content that helps them to overcome that. My dream clients, they have a fear of judgment. That's what hinders them from showing up on video, showing up on live video. They think they're going to get bad comments. They think that people are going to make fun of them. They think they're going to get embarrassed. Another thing is, for my dream clients, they have a fear of sounding salesy. So when it comes time for them to create content that sells, they freeze. Do you see how I understand what they believe? And now that I understand what my audience believe, I can create content that helps them to shift their beliefs. So my question to you is, what does your audience believe right now that's hindering them from working with you? And how can you create content that gets them to shift the belief system so that they can actually buy from you? If you haven't thought about that, that's where we help you inside the AI Content to Cash Challenge. See, instead of you hopping on trends, instead of us sharing trending music with you, we actually just show you how to relate to and resonate with your audience. And that's by creating mindset content that's going to reach your dream clients. The last type of content is the psychology of, and I'm sure some of you have seen this, the psychology of buying, the psychology of marketing, the psychology of fashion. Anything that has psychology in front of it, people love to stop and watch. Why? Because it's a mindset thing. Whatever you're doing to help people understand the mind of their audience, then people are going to listen, right? So these types of content you can create it in your carousels, you can use it in your short form videos, you can even do it in your live videos. So that now, instead of you just teaching your audience or just educating your audience, what you're doing is you're actually connecting with your audience. You're relating to your audience. And that's when you start getting the people who says things like, oh my goodness, you're in my mind. How did you know that that's what I was thinking? Once your audience says that, then they're ready to buy. If they haven't said that to you, it's going to be extremely hard for them to buy from you. So some of you are probably wondering, okay, well, how do I create content like this for my audience? So I'm going to give you an example for overcoming objections. There are I'll give you this example. My audience, right? Sometimes my audience have a fear of sounding salesy. And they have not fear of sounding salesy. They have a fear of, they don't like the way they sound. That's the one. Sometimes my audience, when they're creating content, they don't like the way they sound. That's why they may not post their videos. So what did I do? I put out a video that addressed this mindset. If you don't like the way you sound, here are some things that you can do to help. And when I tell you, my audience went crazy for it. They loved it. Why? Because this was something that was hindering them. And then I got a lot of people who opted in and said, this is exactly what I'm going through. Right? So what is the belief that your audience has right now? What type of content could you create that addresses that belief, that helps them to become encouraged, that helps them to become confident? I remember one time I was live and I was talking to my audience and I was helping them to overcome this imposter syndrome. And one person raised her hand in my chat and she said, I was getting ready to give up on my business because I feel so discouraged. And I told her, don't do that. I want to be able to help you. And she ended up joining my challenge in that moment. Why? Because she felt seen and felt heard. There's a lot of you in here where you hear things like people buy from you when they know, like, and trust you. Only thing is, there's a lot of people who know, like, and trust you who aren't buying yet. Why? Because there's something major missing, which is they also got to feel seen and they got to feel heard. So when you're creating mindset content, that helps your audience to feel seen and to feel heard, right? One last type of content to create is overcoming objections. So that other one that I gave you was limiting beliefs. I know I called it overcoming objections, but I meant to say limiting beliefs. This one here is overcoming objections. There are two objections that your dream clients typically have, which is time and money. You may hear them say, I don't have time. You may hear them say, I don't have money. So in order for you to be able to get them to buy, is for you to create content that shows them that whatever you're selling won't take up a lot of time for them. And that whatever you're selling is worth the money that they're going to invest. So I'll give you an example. Oftentimes, my dream clients, they are busy. What do I mean by that? They're running businesses. They're already at six figures. They're running businesses that they want to scale, right? Some of them are seven figures and they want to scale past seven figures. They have clients, they have a family, they have a business that they are running. So when it comes time to creating content on social media, they don't have time for it. That's actually what they will tell me quite often. I don't have time to create. I don't have time to create. Although they want to use social media as a tool to reach their audience. So what do? I show them how they can repurpose content to save time. And I'll tell you right now, whenever I post videos on repurposing content, whenever I go live and talk about repurposing content, those videos get the most amount of views and engagement. Why? Because that is a pain that my audience is feeling. They want to show up, but they don't have time to show up. So I show them how they can save time showing up. Even when I'm talking about the AI Content to Cash Challenge, I talk about how we show you AI tools that's going to help you to be able to create the content faster so that you can save time and make money faster. That's the goal. So my question to you is, have you ever heard of mindset content before? If you're tuning in right now, drop a yes in the chat. If you ever heard of this before, drop a no in the chat. If you have not, I just want to do a quick poll to see like if this is new for you or if this is old for you. I know that I share it with my audience all the time because if you're only educating your audience, they're going to get bored. They're going to get bored. That's why some of you, your following has stayed steady these last couple of months because you have been just teaching your audience, giving them tips, but they're getting bored. You're not addressing the inner. And the inner is what gets them to relate to you. So again, drop a yes in the chat if you've ever heard of this before, mindset content. Drop a no in the chat if you have not. And if you're like, Star, this is something that I truly desire. This is something that I really need. I want to understand what types of content to create that gets my audience to buy, what kind of mindset content I could create. Then I want to encourage you to join us in the AI Content to Cash Challenge. In this challenge, we'll show you what AI tools you can use that's going to help you to speak directly to your dream audience. That's where some of you are stuck right now. You just heard me say that my dream clients, they suffer from imposter syndrome, fear of judgment, and some of you started thinking, oh my goodness, my dream clients have this issue too. But you don't know how to create content that speaks to that. We show you if you're using ChatGPT, Sentra, or Claude, we show you how to prompt these tools so that you can actually create content that resonates with your audience. So that now when you're putting out your videos, you're getting more than just 2 comments. And those comments that you're getting from the content that we're showing you to create is going to be it's going to be more than just from your mom or your spouse who's just trying to support you. Right now, some of you are getting comments on your videos. Your best friend is just trying to support you, so they're commenting. Your spouse is just trying to support you, so they're commenting. But what if we showed you how to create content that reach more than just your family members, that reach more than just your cousins, and actually reach your dream audience who's waiting to buy from you? That's what we show you in the AI Content to Cash Challenge. If you want to join us, all you have to do is DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite. If you're on TikTok, go ahead and click the orange button at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen so I can send you an invite to the challenge. Also, send me your email address because there are some times that I can't DM you. So if I can't DM you, then I can just send you the challenge information via email. If you're on Instagram and LinkedIn, All you have to do is DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite. If you are on YouTube, you can just click the website that's displayed on the screen, contenttocastchallenge.com/VIP, so that you can get access to your VIP ticket. Here's the thing with the challenge. We have two levels. We have the VIP experience, and then we have the diamond experience. And I hope you all can hear me because they're doing construction. Let me know if you can still hear me. Just drop a yes in the chat if you can still hear me. They're doing construction. It sounds like they're doing it right above my head. So if you could just drop a yes in the chat to let me know if you can still hear me. Right. So in the challenge, we have two experiences. We have the VIP experience and we have the diamond experience. This is a live challenge. So that means that you won't be added to a Facebook group where you just watch a bunch of pre-recorded videos and that's it. Nope. You join us live on Zoom where you get to ask your questions and we get to answer your questions live. And that way you'll know what to implement into your content right then and there. This is how we're able to help our audience, our clients, get results in as little as 5 days, because you're not watching pre-recorded content and then trying to implement later. No, the goal is to implement live in the challenge. Not only that, if you're one of the first 5 people to sign up for the challenge, we want to give you a bonus. You'll get exclusive access to our AI Content Generator Pro. So when I talked about creating mindset content for your audience that actually resonates and relate to them, in this AI Content Generator Pro, it'll help you to do that. Here's the thing, the challenge kicks off in 2 weeks. That's August 4th. But before the challenge kicks off, you can get access to this AI Content Generator Pro and start to put out content right now that's already reaching your audience. That way, when you join us in the challenge on August 4th, you already know what's working and can take off. Our second experience is the diamond experience. The diamond experience is only for the business owners, coaches, and entrepreneurs where you desire exclusivity. You want a one-on-one session with a coach without having to pay $10,000 for it. And we give you that in the diamond experience. You get that experience. You get the one-on-one elite content strategy session with me prior to the challenge starting. So you'll get everything for VIP, but you'll also get the one-on-one elite content strategy session. In this session, we're able to identify who your dream client is. Some of you are like, I already have my client avatar. Right? You went to ChatGPT, you got your client avatar, but when you're putting out your content, it's still stuck at 100 views. It's still stuck at 200 views. It's still not selling. Why? That's because you probably got an avatar that said, I help women between the ages of 25 and 40, but that's not specific enough in order for you to sell. And so instead, in this 30-minute elite content strategy session with me, we show you exactly how to speak to your dream client, what it is that they need to hear in order for them to buy. And then we give you a content strategy to start working now. So if you're like, that's exactly what I want, feel free to DM me the word challenge accepted so that you can get access to the challenge. Also send me your email address so that I can personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you are on YouTube, all you have to do is click the website, contenttocastchallenge.com/VIP to secure your VIP ticket today. So I'm talking about if you're still scaring off clients, here's how to build a marketing system that sells for you. The first thing that I shared was mindset content. Instead of just putting out, oh, thank you, Kwana. Let me see if I can pin that. And no, I don't know how to pin it. One more time. Nope, I don't know how to pin it. But thank you for putting that on the screen. If you're constantly putting out educational content and you're recognizing it's not really reaching anyone, then that's because you're not creating mindset content. Mindset content is what allows you to resonate with your audience and actually persuade them to buy. Yeah, it doesn't give me the option to pin it, which is so weird because it gave me the option before. It's cool. All right, the next one is P, which is permission to sell boldly. Permission to sell boldly. So if you are afraid of sounding salesy, if you are afraid to feel icky when you are selling, and that is hindering you from actually putting out videos that ask for the sale, then this one is for you. The fear of sounding salesy is costing you more than you realize. Your content should confidently invite people to want to buy from you. Confidently invite people into a transformation that you offer. That's what your content should do. But if you never invite them, how will they know to buy? some of you, and I especially see this with authors. I see this with authors where authors, you're constantly putting out content, right? But people don't even know that you have a book that you're selling because you never talk about the book because in your mind, oh, I don't want to scare them off. I don't want to be pushy, right? There are some of you, because I have a client like this too. There are some of you where you have a million trillion freebies. Every time you turn around, you're creating a new freebie to offer to your audience because in your mind, you were told you got to add value. You got to add value. And you also got to offer a freebie to your audience just so that they can get on your email list. There's nothing wrong with having a freebie, but if the problem is if all you ever offer your audience is a freebie, because what's going to happen is you're going to train your audience not to buy. You'll train your audience to always expect free from you. So then when you actually ask for the sale, that's when they tell you they can't afford because now you're building your email list with people who only want free. So what if you shifted? What if you shifted and instead of offering a freebie, you actually offered a low-cost item as your lead magnet? What do I mean by that? I mean, you can offer that same e-guide that you're offering for free. What if you charge $7 for it? That's a low enough cost that for people, it's a no-brainer. That same ebook that you're offering for free, what if you just added a $10 price tag to it and still offer it to your audience so that they can get on your email list? What if the free was your content that you're posting now? The videos that you post on YouTube, the shorts that you post on YouTube, what if that was your freebie? And then your videos led your audience to your low-cost item. See, if you're constantly putting out freebies, that's an indication that you are afraid to sell. And because you don't want to sound salesy, you don't want to feel icky when you're selling, right? Some of you, you have an email list and you only email them once a month because you don't want to be pushy. That's another sign that you are afraid to sell. So how do we get out of that? How do we shift that? You got to shift your mindset when it comes to selling. Instead of thinking that selling is just taking money from someone or selling is bad, what if selling was actually helping them? See, you can only truly help someone who actually invests because a lot of people, they don't value free. If they did, we wouldn't need any businesses. If they did, we wouldn't need to charge anything. People pay to pay attention. If you walk away with nothing that I talk about on this live, you walk away with this one thing that people pay to pay attention. That's it. The more they pay, the more attention they pay. So if you're thinking, oh my goodness, let me just try to give everything away for free, that's the best way that I'll be able to help them. I'll tell you right now, they won't be able to get their transformation if you don't put a price on it. Because when it comes to them doing the work, because there was no cost on their end, because there was no sacrifice on their end, they will think that there is no value in it. Information is cheap. Transformation will cost you. People can get information on Google anywhere. But if they want that transformation, if they want that execution, you walking them through how to get free, you walking them through how to have better relationships, you walking them through how to build a business, that's where it's going to cost. There's a scripture that says, where your treasure is, that is where your heart is also. And so oftentimes, like people, when they go to church, they don't want to tithe because they think the pastor is running away with the money. They think that the pastor is stealing the money. So they don't want to tithe. But they don't realize that tithing has nothing to do with the pastor and everything to do with you. If you hold so tightly to your money, you'll never be able to build. That means money has become your idol. And that's why money is ruling you. There are some of you in here where you have told yourself, I'm going to make enough money in my business so I can quit my 9-to-5. And by month number 2 in the year, you have been working overtime in your business and haven't put any time you've been working overtime in your 9-to-5 and haven't put any time in your business. Why? Because money has become your master. You're holding so tightly to it. Oh, I got this bill to pay, but I got to pay off this debt. I got to do this. But where's your faith? Where's your faith? Your heart is showing you that money rules you. But what if money was created so that you can rule it? What if money was created so that you can tell it what to do? Why am I talking about this? Because a lot of times we don't recognize that our fear of sounding salesy comes from a poverty mindset, comes from a money block, comes from what we believe about money. And oftentimes our habits can show that. So when Jesus says, where your treasure is, your heart is also, there's a lot of people who honor money over anything else. And that's why they won't release the seed. And that's why they're wondering, why am I in so much debt? Why does it seem like every time I pay off one credit card bill, I have another bill that comes out of nowhere? There are some of you where you filed your taxes and you owe taxes and you don't even know why. And that is because you're holding so tightly to money. So at one point, are you going to release it? And I promise you, the more that you release this hold on money, the more it becomes easier to sell. The more it becomes easier to sell because you start to attract people who don't have the same mindset of, I got to hold on. Instead, you start to attract people who's like, that's it? That's how much your offer costs? There are some of you where you're afraid to sell because you keep hearing, I can't afford it. Those are people who are holding tightly to their money. But as soon as you start to release your hold, I'm afraid of sounding salesy. You release that. You start to attract people who's like, that's it? That's all your offer costs? You should charge more. And then you'll start getting the people who wants to pay you in full. Imagine what it's like for you to attract a client who's like, oh, I got $10,000 to pay you right now. Some of you are thinking to yourself, that sounds bizarre, but it only sounds far-fetched because you're not accustomed to it yet. I've had people who've told me, I'm ready to pay in full right now, and paid in full in that moment. You don't only have to rely on payment plans in your business. You can attract clients on social media who's ready to pay in full, but you got to have the energy for it. There are some of you in here where you're afraid to make a lot of money in a short amount of time. It sounds crazy coming out of my mouth because in your head, you're like, of course I can do that. But when it comes time to receiving, that's when you start shrinking. When it comes time to let your audience know how they can buy from you, that's when you start stepping back. But you got to get out of your own way because there are people who have been strategically placed to help fund your business. And they do that when they buy from you. But if you never make the offer, they won't know that they can buy. I remember when I first started, I also was afraid of sounding salesy. Actually, one thing about me, when I was doing my sales calls, I was afraid that I'll be on my sales call and I would be selling someone and they would give me an awkward look. That's what I was afraid of. And do you know that last year, April, I got that exact look that I was afraid of. I was talking to the person. She was telling me her objections. I was overcoming her objections. And then she gave me this awkward look like, why are you still asking? And I felt so small. I wanted to hang up the call. But here's what I realized. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. That look did not kill me. Sometimes we're afraid of the rejection. But in all actuality, if you get rejected in that moment, that's okay. There's always going to be someone else who says yes. Always. But if you allow the rejection to stop you from asking for the sale, you're not going to be able to build your business. You're always going to be stuck. So how can you get out of your own way and actually ask for the sale in your videos, on your sales calls, so that now you can be a blessing to your audience? Because here's the reality. When people feel blessed, they invest. It's just true. When people feel blessed, they invest. So when you're showing up and you have an energy for people to want to buy, they're going to invest in you because you're blessing them. And they're not investing in you. They're investing in themselves. That's it. They're investing in themselves. Hey, Rainbow Marie, how you doing? Oh, this is your new platform. Am I following you? Let me see. I don't know if I'm following you on this platform. I'm going to make sure I'm following you on this platform. How's it going? So I'm in the middle of planning a family retreat, right? And some of my family members, we know that I said family retreat. I meant to say family reunion. I'm in the middle of planning a family reunion. And some of my family members, we want to put out a survey to our family to see like who would be interested in the family reunion. And for me, I'm like, well, we definitely got to let them know, give them a price range of how much it's going to cost for them to attend this family reunion. But some of my family members, they just felt so, what's the word? strongly that we shouldn't include a price tag yet. They were like, we don't want to scare people off. And I was like, Bert, yes, you do. You don't want to keep attracting people. First of all, if you send out a survey and ask people if they want to attend a family reunion and there's no price attached to it, people are going to automatically think it's free. And then who's going to cover the cost? Secondly, you want to scare off the people in their minds who automatically think, I can't afford this. Your price on how you price your offers is going to let your audience know if you're the person for them or not. Because I promise you, you don't want to work with just any old body. There are some people who will come in and waste your time, especially when they don't come in at a premium level. There are some people where they will pay you a little bit of money, expect so much from you, and completely waste your time, give you a headache. I've experienced it. I've had a client come to me, barely paid any money, mind you, wanted the world for the little bit of money that they paid, and just gave me a headache. So what did I start doing? I started pricing my offers at a premium. Why? Because then I can attract the premium buyer. People who have a premium buying mindset, they expect luxury, but they also put in the time and the energy. They recognize that this is value. People who don't do premium, people who are just accustomed to bargain buying, I want you to think about Walmart. People who are constantly buying in Walmart, they're always looking for the best price, but they never buy anything of quality. People who are premium buyers, when they buy something of quality, they treasure it. So you do want to put your prices out in the front, and you do want to let your audience know this is how much it costs, so you can scare off the people who in their minds believe they can't afford it, and attract the people who recognize its value. That's it. Just as simple as that. So if you're in here and you're like, I want to know how to do that. I want to get out of my own way. I want to stop discounting my offer. I want to stop attracting broke people. Because let's face it, that's where some of you are right now. You're putting out content that attracts broke people. I can't afford is the language of broke people. It's a broke mindset. It's the poverty mindset. People with a rich mindset, they don't use I can't afford. They say things like, how can I afford this? I've had clients come to me where they're like, that's a little too high for me right now, but give me 1 hour. I'm going to go get the money and come back. These are people who are solution oriented. You attract the people who say I can't afford means that they're not going to be able to do the work anyway, because they do not know how to solve problems. They don't know how to solve problems that they could afford. But I promise you this, if Beyonce was coming to their town and Beyonce was selling her tickets for $1,000, she probably is, I don't know. They will be the first ones to buy a Beyonce ticket. The first ones. Why? Because that's what they value. That's what they value. Okay, Antoine says cheap people are the loudest complainers. Okay, the loudest complainers, the biggest ones that want to tell you the cheap people are the biggest ones who want to accuse good coaches of not producing. Oh, I joined this person's coaching program and they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Meanwhile, it's the cheap people who weren't even doing the work. I've seen it all the time. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, Marie says, can you check out my content? Let me know what you think. Yes, they will, but not me. Marie, join us in a challenge. That's where I check out your content. That when like, if you want an audit, when you join us in a challenge, I audit your content every day of the challenge. All right, so I want to give an example of Christina. I talk about her all the time. She's one of my former clients. Christina is a full-time employee and manager. She's a career coach, right? And before she started working with me, she only had 474 followers on social media. And then when she started working with me, we showed her how to create the content that actually sells to her audience. Now, here's the thing. Christina also had imposter syndrome. Christina was great at selling, but she had imposter syndrome, so she didn't want to sell to her audience. When we helped her to let go of the imposter syndrome, Christina was able to get 300 new email subscribers. She built her platform to over 40,000 followers. She got 10 sales in one day and was booked up for 2 months with discovery calls. That's what happens when you get out of your own way. That's what happens when you're no longer afraid to sound salesy. When Kelly joined our challenge, Kelly, she already had about 30,000 followers on Instagram. Getting leads is not her issue. Converting her leads is. Why? Because she's great at marketing, but she struggled with selling. There was a fear there. sounding salesy, feeling icky. How do I do it? And when we showed her what to do, Kelly was able to book 6 clients in 1 month. And one of those clients came from her raising her price. I promise you, everyone who I work with, we look at your prices, and if it's too low, we tell you to raise them. Now, for some of you, you keep your prices low because you want to target a certain type of audience. That's okay. But we definitely make sure that you charge a certain amount so your business can run. Aren't you tired of only making but so much each month and not fully being able to hire a team or hire contractors to help you? Isn't it exhausting having to do everything yourself, from the marketing to the selling to the building out the funnel to the writing the emails? What would it be like if you were able to make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, and actually get some assistance on your team? How would that shift your business? How would that bless you? That's what we help you to do. I want you to imagine where your business would be 30 days from now. Would it be still cranking out the same content that reaches people that say, I can't afford? Or will it now be creating new content that reaches people who says, where can I buy from you? How can I buy? Oh, you have a freebie, but do you also have a 5K offer? I mean, these are real comments that people have said to me and my clients. So if you're like, that's what I want, I'm tired of playing small. I'm tired of allowing the fear of sounding salesy to stop me from actually selling to my audience, then go ahead and DM me the word challenge accepted and join us in the AI Content to Cash Challenge. That way we can help you. There are some of you where you've been following me for some months now, and you've been saying, I want to join, I want to join, I want to join, but something keeps popping up. It is up to you to prioritize your business. I can't prioritize your business for you. When I started prioritizing my business, that's when I was able to hit 6 figures. I had to stop letting everything else pop up. Oh, but I got to focus on this, and I got to help my children with that, and I got to do this. Those things will never go away. They will always happen. But if you don't ever build out your marketing system, you will never have a consistent flow of leads. You will never have a consistent flow of sales. And you'll constantly find yourself in a rut, going back and forth, wondering why my business isn't growing. Because the lifeline of your business is marketing. I know there are some people in here where you thought the lifeline of your business was a business card. If I could just get my business card, then I can share it with people. Some of you, it's a flyer. If I can just get flyers, I can share it with people. Some of you, it's a website. If I can just build my website, then I can share it with people. Well, why are you building a website and you don't have an audience to go to it? Why are you getting business cards that, especially if you don't have people to give it to? What if you focus on building your marketing system to consistently have leads coming into your pipeline, consistently building your email list, consistently having conversations with people who want to buy from you? How would that shift your business? If you're in here, you're like, that's me, that's what I want, DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite to the AI Content to Cash Challenge. If you're watching on YouTube, you can click the website right here, contenttocashchallenge.com/VIP. Hey, Dwayne, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. The VIP ticket allows you to come live into the challenge. Again, this is a live challenge. This is not a pre-recorded challenge. This is not, I'll be watching video, you'll be watching videos and asking questions later. No, this is you with me on live in Zoom, where you can ask me questions and I'll answer your questions, where I get to audit your content each day of the challenge. Why do we offer this? Because there are some of you in here where you don't know why your content isn't working for you. You have no idea. You're putting it out. Sometimes you'll get a lot of views. Sometimes you get a little bit of views. And you don't know what is giving you the views. So we actually show you what it is. There are some of you in here where you just need to say one sentence to get your audience to buy. You just don't know what that sentence is yet. So we show you exactly what that is. Yes, Kwanda, just like a mini mastermind for 5 days, right? So we show you how you can do that in the challenge. Now, here's the thing. If you're one of the first 5 people to sign up for the challenge, you get exclusive access to our AI Content Generator Pro. So if you're in here, you've constantly been trying to put out your content. Your content is constantly stuck between 100 views and 200 views, or you're constantly running out of ideas because it feels like you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall and nothing's working. This AI Content Generator Pro is going to help you to be able to generate powerful content ideas and create the content faster. But not just creating the content faster, because here's the thing, there's no point in creating content faster if it's not reaching your audience. So we're actually, for this AI Content Generator Pro, we're not showing you, we're doing it for you. We're doing it for you, where you can actually have the content strategy that's tailored to your audience. But that only goes to the first 5 people to sign up for VIP. So if you're number 6 and signing up for VIP, that's it. You don't get access to it. And our second level, we have the Diamond Experience. The Diamond Experience, you get everything from VIP, but this Diamond Experience is only for business owners, coaches, and entrepreneurs where you value exclusivity. You don't just want to be in the room with a group of people. You also want that one-on-one time. There are some of you where if you just had this one-on-one elite content strategy session with me, it will take your business to the next level. I've had business owners come into this session and in just 30 minutes transform their entire business. In just 30 minutes, know exactly what to say in order to get their audience to buy. When Marianne joined our challenge, she actually got this elite content strategy session. Marianne is in her 60s and she helped men and women near to retirement age retire with money in their bank account. So she shows them how to make money without having to have a lot of skills, without being tech savvy. And when she joined us in a challenge and she got this complimentary elite content strategy session with me, Marianne was able to get 60,000 leads from one video. That sounds astronomical, doesn't it? Some of you are like 60,000 leads. How was she able to do that? Because her video went viral from the strategy that we showed her in that one-on-one session. There are some of you, that's what awaits you. Maybe not virality, but definitely lots of leads. The question is, if you were able to get 60,000 leads from the strategies that we show you, will you be able to convert them, or will this break your business? Will it break your business, or will it build your business? For some of you, it will build your business. For some of you, it will break your business because you don't know how to convert them yet, and you don't have a system to funnel them through. But Marianne did, and till this day, I'm still hearing that she's killing it in her business, all from the strategies that we showed her specifically for marketing. So if you want to join us, go ahead, DM me the word challenge accepted. If you're on TikTok, click the orange button at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. When you DM me the word challenge accepted, also send me your email address so I can send it to you via email. There are some of you where I can't DM you, but I can email it to you as well. If you're on YouTube, all you have to do is click this link here, contenttocashchallenge.com/VIP, so that you can secure your VIP ticket. If you wanted the Diamond Experience ticket, once you go to the contenttocashchallenge.com, there's 2 options. So if you're doing it on a mobile phone, my video will pop up. Just close out of the video, scroll down, you'll see the VIP option, scroll a little bit more, you'll see the Diamond Experience option so that you can get access to it. All right, so today we're talking about you're still scaring off clients. Here's how to build a marketing system that sells for you. I'm sharing with you 3 tips on what you can do. The first one was to create mindset content. Your mindset content should be helping to overcome objections in your videos. Your mindset content should be helping your audience to break limiting beliefs so that they would actually buy from you. The next tip was give yourself permission to sell. Release the fear of sounding salesy. Release the fear of feeling icky when you sell so that you can actually boldly ask for the sale from your audience so that they can buy from you. Okay, Rainbow Marie says, I'm waiting to get my LLC. What do you think about C Corp versus LLC? That's really up to you, Rainbow. It depends on how you want to structure your business. I would actually ask that question to an accountant. Because when I started my business, when I did my research, based on what I saw, I wanted to file my taxes with my business. So I opted for an S Corp. But I found out that I probably should have did an LLC just starting out because the taxes is different. So you're better off talking to an accountant who understands taxes so that they can let you know what your tax liability will be based on what you are opting for. Oh, Rainbow Marie, you said you joined the challenge before. No, I never saw you come through on it. I'll shoot you a DM after this. I never saw you come through on it. I remember before you wanted to join it, but I think time wasn't working. Yes, I'll also send you my accountant, Rainbow Marie. I have a wonderful accountant, y'all. Her name is Chastity Grady. She's amazing. If you want to go to her website, it's gradytaxplus.com, but I'll also DM it to you too. She has helped me in my business. Like after a while, when you're selling and you're growing in your business, you're going to need someone to show you how to pay yourself because you shouldn't be growing a business and not paying yourself. So she had to show me how to pay myself. She had to show me what I need to file for my well, she files my taxes. So she takes care of all my taxes. She showed me how to do bookkeeping. When I tell you sis is the bomb, she is the bomb. So I will definitely email you. I will DM you her information so that you can get access to her. Anyone else who needs an accountant for your business, because you're not really sure, you don't know what to file for your taxes. You don't have someone right now. You just have a tax preparer who's not really helping you with your tax credits. Just DM me the word accountant and I will send you Chastity. She's amazing. Actually, can send you a couple. Chastity is my accountant, but then I also have a client right now. Her name is Vaughn Marie. She also helps with that. So I'll share both and you can choose. All right, let's go into this last tip. This last tip is my favorite tip, which is speak to ready to buy buyers. Speak to ready to buy buyers. There are some of you where you're talking to people in your content who's telling you, oh, I'm not ready yet. Check back with me in 7 months. Check back with me in 2 months. Those aren't ready to buy buyers. You want the people who are saying to you, I'm ready to buy now. Where can I get the link? Where can I sign up? Show me. Those are the people that you want. Ready to buy buyers. I love saying that because it sounds great rolling off my tongue, right? So, how to speak to your client's future self, not their current stuck version, right? Your content should reflect the identity that they're stepping into, who they're becoming. If they don't see that in your content, they're not going to buy. They're going to constantly keep thinking this is far away, right? And so, notice like, when I gave the example for Marianne, I said, Marianne, when she joined the challenge, she had a complimentary content strategy session with me that helped her to get 60,000 leads in her business. Some of you heard that and was like, that's what I want. Some of you heard that and thought, that's impossible. That's never going to work for me, right? So what do? Then I share another example. Kelly. When Kelly joined our challenge, she already had a following. She just needs to know how to convert her followers into customers. She got 6 clients in 1 month. What did I do? I gave you a contrast so that no matter what level you are at, you can see yourself in these testimonies. Do that with your audience. There are some of you where you have amazing testimonies that if your audience heard it, they'll feel stuck. But then some of you, you also have moderate testimonies that if your audience heard it, they'll feel like I can do this too. Share both. Share both in your content so you can attract your ready to buy buyers no matter what level that they are at, right? The other thing is you want to make your audience feel included when you are creating your content. So if we're talking about scaling, then you want more than just followers. You want people who feel so blessed each time you post your content. You want them to feel so blessed each time you post your content. And how do you do that? By using the power of storytelling. What stories could you tell to your audience so that they can relate to you, so that they can see themselves working with you? If they cannot see themselves working with you, they won't. They'll go work with somebody else who knows how to do marketing better than you. So what do? Shift. Start telling stories that are relatable. On day 2 of the challenge, we show you how to tell stories that sell. We share with you story selling secrets. Why is this important? Because there are some of you now where you're telling stories, but it ain't doing nothing. Instead, you're getting comments that say things like, oh my goodness, you went through that. I'll be praying for you. Oh my goodness, that was so inspiring, which is nice. But the goal wasn't to share the story so that they can start praying for you. The goal was for you to share the story so they can start paying you. You wanted to show them how you were able to overcome so you can help them overcome. But right now, the way that you're telling your stories, your audience feels sorry for you. So how can you shift? I know, Rainbow Maria. It happened to me too. When I first started telling stories, my audience will be like, oh my goodness, we're praying for you. And I'm like, I'm not even going through that anymore. But I realized that there's a certain way you got to tell your stories in order for your audience to buy from you. And that's the thing that we teach you on day 2 of the challenge. But here's the thing, I don't teach it just from anywhere. We actually teach it from the life of Jesus. Part of part of the reason why our clients are so successful is because we teach Bible marketing secrets. Jesus, to me, is the best marketeer of all time. No one can touch him. How do I know? Because to this day, he has ascended over 2,000 years ago. He's still growing his following and he's still converting his followers. How is that possible? You clearly have to be the best marketeer ever to still be growing your following, even though you're in heaven right now, right? So, what I studied about him is that whenever he was growing his following, in order for him to relate to his audience, he told parables. These parables are stories that got his audience to buy in or to opt in. So we show you how he was telling his parables that got his audience to want to opt in. So that now, instead of you sharing stories that get your audience to go, oh my goodness, that's what happened to you. Wow. Instead, they shift to going, wait a second, that happened to you and you overcame? I want to work with you. I want to work with you. That's how you attract ready to buy buyers. That's how you attract them. So, Lori is a fitness entrepreneur and she joined us in a challenge. When she joined us, she already knew how to create the content. She was creating content on social media. It was reaching her audience, but no one was buying. And she did not know what to do to get her audience to buy. So we showed her what to say in her videos to get her audience to buy. She asked me one question. I told her, say this in your videos. And she did it. The next day in the challenge, come on now, the next day, not 2 days later, not a month later, the next day in the challenge, sis was like, Star, I got 3 leads. Oh my goodness, I got 3 leads. I said exactly what you told me to say. Now, Lori was just like a lot of you. She's a fitness entrepreneur. She's posting content. She's kind of sort of getting traction, but people aren't really buying yet. And in just 1 day of the challenge, she got 3 leads. Why? Because she told a story that related to her audience and it made them say, hey, I want to work with you. That's how simple it is. The same thing happened with Shanice. Before she joined the challenge, she was creating video content that was consistently growing her following on TikTok. However, her audience wasn't asking to buy from her, and she didn't know what to do to shift. So in the challenge, we showed her exactly what to do to get people to buy from her. Guess what happened? She got 50 new ideal followers ready to buy. 50 new ideal followers ready to buy. How would that shift your business? If you got 50 new ideal followers ready to buy, would that make you feel like your social media is actually working? Would that make you feel like your content is actually working? All your effort that you put in is working for you. But not only is it enough to get the 50 ideal followers so that your audience will buy from you, what about the lives that you're changing? What about the souls that you're impacting? What about the people that you are helping to get a transformation? There are some of you in here where you didn't just start your business to make money. You started your business to make impact. You should be on bigger stages. You should be on high profile podcasts. You should have 10 books written already with people buying it every time you release. But you're not there yet because you're not sure how to get there. You've had visions of you making global impact. But right now, the only people you're impacting is your community, your local community, your inner circle, and you're ready for more. But how? How do you get to that more? It starts with your content. And I want you to think about, because you're dreaming about the more. You're dreaming about the people that you can help. You're dreaming about the stages that you're supposed to be on. But what if you never show up? What if those people never hear of you? What if they never hear your story? What if they never experience your offer? Will they still be transformed? Will they still get the help? There are some of you in here where you're thinking, well, if it's not me, then somebody else will help. But you haven't yet realized that if they don't encounter you, they'll never get help. Are you willing to pay that cost? Are you willing to allow someone to remain in their pain because they haven't met you yet? I want you to think about this. I shared with you at least 4 to 5 testimonies for my clients. But if I never showed up, I wouldn't have those testimonies. And those people, their lives wouldn't be changed. And they wouldn't be able to change their clients' lives. That's not a cost I'm willing to pay. When I prayed to God in my early 20s and I asked him to reveal my purpose, this is what he showed me. Definitely not me doing videos, but he showed me the lives that I will be impacting. But could you imagine if I never got started because of fear? Could you imagine if I never got started because I didn't have the time? Or could you imagine if I never got started because I can't afford? Where would I be right now? Like some of you, in disobedience and wondering, why is this not taking off? Why am I still in my 9 to 5? Why do I feel stuck? Because the call on your life, you keep on ignoring. You're called to so much greater. And you being fulfilled is rooted in the people that you're called to help. But if you never show up, how will they get help? How? You think that just by them watching a YouTube video, that's what's going to help? No. They're attached to your voice. Jesus said, my sheep know my voice. That's what he said. It's the same for you. Your sheep know your voice. They're attached to your voice. They refuse to work with anyone else but you. But you got to show up. And when you show up, you got to show them that you're their leader. That's it. If you never show up and show them that you're their leader, it's going to be really hard for them to trust you and work with you. Really hard. There's one strategy that really helped me take my business to the next level. You want to know what it is? I prayed over my videos. I prayed over every live video, over every short form video. And I said, Lord, in the name of Jesus, let this content go out and reach the people and bring them back to me. Who needs this today? Let it go out, reach them, and come back to me. Let it bring the people to me. That's what I would pray. But do you know what would happen? Exactly that. However, if my content was boring, it would never bring the people back. There are some of you right now where people are praying for the solution to their problem, and they're waiting to see your content, but your content isn't good enough to convert them. And they're going back to God and they're like, Lord, I prayed for this solution. How come you haven't sent the person yet? And he's like, I did send the person, but they're just not attracted to your content. So what are you going to do to shift so that the next time God sends them your videos, people will be attracted to it? What are you going to do differently? Are you going to keep putting out the same old thing that's getting 100 views, 200 views, one comment? Are you going to work with an expert to show you how to create the content that sells so that when your video does get pushed and people do see it, they come ready to buy? That's up to you. I can't make that decision for you. Only you can decide, this is my time and I am ready. And if you are, feel free to DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you've been watching on YouTube, you can go to contenttocashchallenge.com/VIP to secure your VIP ticket today. Now, here's the thing. We're kicking off August 4th to August 8th. So that's in about 2 weeks. But if you want access to the AI Content Generator Pro, you got to be the first 5 people to sign up for VIP. So far, if you sign up as number 6, you won't be able to get access. If you want access to the elite content strategy session before the challenge starts, sign up today. And I can send you access to the strategy session as early as tomorrow. You can book your call as early as tomorrow. So who the challenge is for? The challenge is for the 6-figure coach using social media. You already have an audience, but you're not sure what content to create in order to get them to buy from you. So we show you how to do that. The challenge is also for the business owner where you're capped between 8 to 10K months. You're already getting sales through word of mouth and referrals and networking events, but you want to know, how do I get sales online as well? How can I replicate this online? That's what we show you in the challenge. The challenge is also for the coach where you're already successful. Sales isn't your issue. Visibility is. And you want your influence to match your income. So you're making 50K months. But when we go to your social media page, it looks like you're making no K months. And you want to know how to shift that. We show you that in the challenge. Okay. Rainbow Marie says, praying to be able to take your courses soon in 2 weeks. How much is it? So for the VIP experience, when you're joining us, again, you're joining us live. So this isn't a challenge where it's pre-recorded, you're watching videos, it's a self-paced course. That's not what this is. This is the live challenge where you join us on Zoom. You get to ask your questions and we answer it for you live. That way you know what to start implementing today. Not only that, you get complimentary video audits every day of the challenge. We audit your videos so that you know what's working and what's not working, and you can quickly pivot. All of that for only $297. That's it. Just so simple, so low cost, just $297 for VIP experience. Now, if you want to join us in the Diamond Experience, the Diamond Experience is only for business owners, coaches, and entrepreneurs where you value exclusivity and elitism. You don't just want to be in the room with other people. No. You want the one-on-one time too. You want to be able to meet with me before the challenge and not have to invest $10,000 just to work with a coach, just to ask your questions. No. You want to be able to get that one-on-one without having to invest too much. You get that. You get everything in VIP when you're part of the Diamond Experience, but then you also get that one-on-one elite content strategy session. And all of that is only $597. So inexpensive, just so that you can start your marketing journey on social media and take off. Just as simple as that. Rainbow Marie, you haven't started your business yet, so I can actually recommend some business coaches to help you, because this challenge wouldn't be for you. This challenge is for business owners where you already have a proven method, you already have your business going, you're currently getting sales through word of mouth and referrals, and you want to know how to add an extra stream of leads to your business so that you can increase your revenue. So this is for business owners where they've already been in business maybe 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and they're ready to scale, right? But for you, since you're just starting out, I'll send you some of my business coach friends where they can help you. They'll be able to help you where you're just starting out. They'll help you to get to 6 figures. I help my business owners scale past 6 figures. Awesome. All right. So thank you all for joining me today. Tomorrow I'll be back again where I'm talking about no time for content. Let AI repurpose it for you. Right. So I'm going to show you how you can use AI tools to repurpose your content for you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. I go live Tuesdays through Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. And some of you I'll see here back tomorrow. Some of you I will see you in the challenge. Y'all have a great day.